Coming up on the next Canine Corner, they're potty trained, well behaved, and ready to be your best friend the minute you bring them home. We'll tell you how you can adopt one of these sweet puppies. Plus, we'll tell you about a unique daycare for your dog that's sure to tire them out and keep them busy while you're at work. And we're meeting up with Melissa, the pet medium, as she helps reconnect a local to a lost and loved pet. All this and more coming up on the next Canine Corner. And welcome to Canine Corner, the show that guarantees to keep your dog's tail wagging. I am your host, Meagan Medick, and this is my dog, Owen. And we have such a fun show for you today. We're about to head over to a warehouse here in Torrance that has been transformed into the coolest place for your dog to run around and play. But before we head over for that private tour, I met up with Noah's Bark Rescue and met all different kinds of special dogs that are looking for a forever home. Let's take a look.
Noah's Bark is a nonprofit rescue organization. We've been showing here for about 15 years. We usually rescue dogs that don't have a chance to get out of the shelter. We get the ones in the back room that are usually on the table to be euthanized. All of our dogs are in foster homes. We don't have a facility. They all stay in our homes and come to adoptions every Saturday. We currently have around 20, and the more fosters we have, the more dogs we can rescue. This is Ramona. She is a 2-year-old Chihuahua mix. She was found in Paris, and we've had her actually for about a year. She's been here every Saturday for a year. I don't know why she's not adopted. She's a perfect dog. She loves kids, other dogs, cats, everything, and she's a great dog. This is Lila. She is a 15-week-old pit bull lab mix puppy. We found her in an abandoned mechanic shop. She was running around with her sister, and she was covered in grease. You couldn't see her white, and she's such a playful puppy. She's good with everything. She loves kids, dogs, cats. She's just a great puppy. Roger, he's a 1-year-old Chihuahua. We rescued him from Baldwin Park when he was about 4 weeks old. He was born with spina bifida. He has a wheelchair now, and he can get around. When we picked him up, they tied floss around his tail to try to dock it, and he was in a lot of pain. So now he's perfect. He really needs a home. This is Jiggy Monkey Love Butters. She was found next to her dead mate and on the street, and she was full of milk. She just had puppies. Unfortunately, we couldn't find her puppies. She's so sweet. She loves kids, dogs, cats, everything. She just wants to cuddle with you. She's about 4 to 5 years old. She's perfect if anybody is looking for just a lap dog. This is Margarita. She's actually under a year. She's a Chihuahua mix. She was found on the street. She's such a good girl. She's a little shy at first, but she warms up really quick, and she loves kids, cats, other dogs. She just always wants to be with you, and she just loves hanging out. And she's not like a barky Chihuahua. She's really cool. This is Walter. He's a 12-year-old Rhodesian Ridgeback mix. He was at the shelter, and he was turned in because he was too old and his owners didn't want to take care of him anymore. He's such a good guy. He loves playing fetch. He loves other dogs, kids, cats, everything. And he just wants to live out his years with somebody. This is Burrito. She is a 15-week-old puppy terrier mix. She was born on October 22nd, and she's such a great puppy. She loves running around. She's so playful. She's good with everything. Loves kids. She's very active and would make a great addition to any family.
If you're interested in adopting one of these dogs, give us a call here at Canine Corner. Call 310 618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov, and we'll be sure to get you in touch with the right people right away. All of those dogs had the biggest hearts, especially Sweet Roger, who you wouldn't even know had a disability. So thank you to Noah's Bark for letting us come by. And if you want to check out Noah's Bark Rescue, they hold adoptions at the Petco in Torrance Commons on Crenshaw and Lomita Boulevard every Saturday from 12 to 3. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're headed over to Dinah's Doggy Daycare for our private tour, so don't go anywhere.
I hope you find a home. I hope you find a home. Hey, maybe you'll be picked next. Maybe you'll be picked next. We've been caged together too long. We've been caged together too long. How come nobody ever picks me? Maybe they're looking for somebody different. Pick me. Well, the shelter's closing up for another day. We didn't get picked. I know. Tomorrow. Guaranteed.
Welcome to Cook It Safe Challenge, where teams compete to make the right decision about safe food preparation. Our challenge in this round, oven or microwave. To win, teams must use the proper steps for safe meal preparation, read and follow package cooking instructions, and know when to use the conventional oven or the microwave. You're on the clock, so make your decisions quickly, but be warned, make the wrong choice and your meal will be unsafe. Sorry, Team 2, an unwise choice. Check the cooking instructions on that package you ripped open so quickly.
Dude, what?
Microwaves and conventional ovens both have a purpose. Your challenge was to cook the dish safely. This means knowing which method of cooking to use, and you failed.
We failed to read and follow the package cooking instructions and use a conventional oven.
If you don't follow cooking instructions, some foods may be hot but may not have reached a safe internal temperature. Use a food thermometer to be sure.
We kept focus on reading and following the package cooking instructions.
And we used a conventional oven and a food thermometer.
Can you cook it safe?
Hey guys, and welcome back to Canine Corner. Today I am here at Dinah's Doggy Daycare, where we are going to get an exclusive tour. So let's get inside and take a look. Dinah's Doggy Daycare all started because of a puppy named Ginger. Dinah kept having the neighborhood dogs come over for playdates with Ginger, and she soon realized looking after dogs was something she loved. Dinah decided that she would open her own business so she could be around lots of dogs every day.
I started in my home. It was a home-based business for about 5 years. It kept growing and growing. And I had dogs where I just didn't have room. And everybody says, please, please, please. And so my husband and I decided maybe this could be something we would do in the city of Torrance. And that's what we did. We started it, we opened it up, we built it, and hope they come, and they have.
This huge daycare location opened in 2004, and Dinah offers many doggy amenities for pooches of all shapes and sizes.
We have things for them to run and play on. We have our staff is out there with them all the time, and they're always engaging with them and, sit and, and while they're cleaning, we have that going on. We do bathing, so that's a pretty cool thing. This is our bathing area. Everybody likes to have a bath, and what's nice is a lot of times people have to go drop their dogs off on a Saturday and they're gone all day, but if their dogs come here, they can have a bath anytime. If they stay a week, they get a free bath. And the bath includes their ears are taken care of, their toes, a nice bath, a nice conditioner, and then their anal glands, but that's something that's necessary. And they love it, and our kids love giving baths. And massage them, and it's a one-on-one, and it's pretty cool.
Even though tons of pups come every day, Dinah and her team find it easier to take care of more dogs than less dogs.
Normally we were at about 55, 60, 70 dogs. We got up to 80. I'm capable of taking to 80 to 85, and it sounds like a lot of dogs. But really, the more dogs you have, the better the dogs are, because they'll be playing and all of a sudden they'll go, oh, I haven't seen you, and off they go, where they have newer friends, and it's really a lot easier to take care of more dogs than less dogs.
With so many dogs each day, Dinah developed a special system to make sure all the dogs get the food they need at mealtime.
This is where we prepare their meals. We prepare them like after they feed in the morning, we'll get them ready for tonight. We feed in the little bowls so that we can throw them away. It's environmental, we don't have to use a lot of water. And they're all ready to go. Everything is on the board. If we need to do a medication, wet food, whatever it is, it's ready to go. They have their own little cubicle. And if anybody forgets their food. We got plenty of food to feed them, so that's a good thing. It makes it nice because we can roll it out. The kids know the roll. The kids outside know the roll. They get excited. Sometimes we'll take trash out and they'll get so excited. No, we're not eating. We're not eating. But we have a lunch bunch, and we also put it on here, and we feed them over and away from each other. And then when they're through, we take the bowls up, and then we unlatch them, and it's good to go. When they spend the night, they have all kinds of beds and throws. It's the same area, but we just put tons of beds and throws out, and they all sleep together.
Even though there are many awesome daycares in town, Dinah feels that hers has a special touch.
I always wanted to feel like they were going to Grandma's house. They were coming in, being dropped off. We have a little bit of country out there. We have Wagon Tail Saloon, Happy Hounds Hotel, but then they come back in here and it's like Grandma's house. They get a cookie and they leave. They come to the cookie station. Everybody gets a cookie. And the other thing is we have a place to collect towels and blankets that we take to the shelters, and our clients bring us. I have 5 bagfuls right now, and they really love it. And then, of course, we did our toy drive. What's nice is people hear about it. They don't even have dogs, and they say, oh, my neighbor told me, and so we have. And they appreciate it.
Between giving back to shelters, having fun every day, and being surrounded by loving dogs, it's easy to see why Dinah loves her job.
If you're having a bad day, you know, we all have bad days. All I do is walk out there and I see the dogs and my heart. It's just wonderful to be with dogs. I guess that's my best day. I think the people that come in get so excited when they bring their dogs in because their dogs are so dang excited to be here. And they'll go, oh, they don't act like this home. They're crazy. Well, we're glad they are because that means they want to be here and they want to have fun and they like us. So that's the best part, I guess.
Dinah's Doggy Daycare really is such a cool hidden gem here in Torrance. It's in this cool industrial part of town with a lot of warehouses, so dogs can really run around and be as loud as they want. Now, we have to take a quick break here on Canine Corner, but when we come back, we're gonna get our Doggy Daycare Q&A, and you're not gonna wanna miss out on the tip of the month, all coming up next.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
we can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
Visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today, and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Welcome back to Canine Corner. If you are just joining us here today, we visited Dinah's Doggy Daycare here in Torrance, where your dog, big or small, can run around and play all day long, and they are guaranteed to be tired when they leave. Now, you've seen Melissa the pet medium on Canine Corner before, and she is back to reconnect another local with a pet that they lost too soon. Let's take a look. Jane Carlson was stunned by the sudden death of her 9-year-old dog Paris over the Thanksgiving holiday.
Paris was definitely a little diva, little princess. She was very sassy. She wasn't like a fetch kind of dog. She wanted to be the center of attention all the time. She wanted to be on your lap. If I was reading a book or a magazine, she would get in between me and the book. She just wanted to be on my lap and the center of my attention all the time.
Paris was a small Maltese who Jane got the day she graduated from 8th grade. Even though Paris passed just a few months ago, Jane is ready to sit down with Melissa, the pet medium, to reconnect.
I didn't feel like it was too soon to reconnect with her because I'm really missing her, and we're thinking about maybe getting another dog, adopting, and I just wanted to make sure that was the right thing for us to do and the right thing, that she was okay with it, with us kind of moving on, but I didn't want her to think I was forgetting about her.
Melissa met up with Jane to put her concerns about Paris's passing and moving on at ease.
So I'm going to write Paris's name down. So okay. I do what is called psychometry, and that is sometimes alchemical, where I'm using a person's jewelry or keys or something. But I'm going to actually just write down your name.
Okay.
And I'm going to get guidance and energy from this, and then Paris's name. Well, when you're with Paris, it made you feel like a little girl. It was as if you were a child again. It was like you were this tiny little, everything's great in my world. I can have a big giant lollipop, and I have, you know, Paris made you feel that way. Yeah. It was safe to be a little girl again. So I will share with you, we will share with you that, and you know, I'm working with my guides and angels, your guides and angels, and Paris's guides and angels. And for people who doubt that, just be open to it. We always want to just say there's more than meets the eye.
Okay.
But anyway, she wants you to always connect with that inner child. That was her divine message to you.
Okay.
She's not far from you. The little child within you is the part that she came to make sure that you always acknowledge, that you always respect, that you always nurture. Because as we grow and as we get older and as things happen to us, we sometimes forget that there's this special magic inside of us that needs our attention and our nurturing.
Yeah.
So her message to you is never forget her as your little girl, but you as your own little girl. Okay, to nurture that, to guide that. She's resting with you. She's resting with you. She's here. And her coloring's the same, this sort of color, like the whites and the grays and the, okay. As she walks this way, she's looking back at you. She knows she has to kind of go do some things for her transition. For her going from 3-dimensional to 4th and 5th dimension. But she's looking down, because you know how they have that look. And she's acknowledging it. She says, don't think I'm going too far. I have things I have to do. And she goes, I may even visit Paris since you named me that. She goes, did you name her for Paris Hilton, or did you name her
for the city?
Okay, she goes, I may have to visit, because now where I am, I can, because we can just go there. When you're discarnate, you can just like think of it and then you're there.
Okay.
She thanks you for that, because it makes her feel very ooh la la. You know, but she's sorry that she had to go. But she's not angry about it, and she doesn't want you to blame yourself for it. She knows that it was meant to be for her as well as you, because her divine message to you is always honor your inner child, because she was your baby girl.
After the session, Jane told me what a strong connection her and Melissa had and how at peace she was with thinking about adoption.
I feel like this session brought me a lot of peace. I feel so much better after talking to her and knowing that Paris's transition was easy, but she still has some things to do. She made me feel better that it's okay to start thinking about getting other dogs. Right now I'm feeling happy and excited that I did it. I'm so relieved that Paris came through, and just that Melissa did a great job.
To book Melissa for a personal or group reading, visit My Psychic Reader at www.mypsychicreader.com or call 1-855-273-2363. Thank you so much, Melissa and Jane, and I am very pleased to announce that Jane and her family have recently adopted a new dog into their lives named Chewy, and they could not be happier with this little bundle of joy. Now, let's check back in with Dinah at her daycare, where she answers some really important questions on taking your dog to a daycare for the first time. Let's take a look. So, Dinah, what do you think some of the benefits of bringing your dog to doggy daycare is?
Well, I think first off, socialization. And the other thing is, a lot of people don't realize is dogs like to be dogs. And I think running with the pack and being able to be a dog is really, really beneficiary. Because they can be with their kids on the floor. It's not the same. I think the exercise and running with the pack is the best thing ever.
Are there any shots that you guys require dogs to have before they come to help prevent spreading colds between the pups?
Yes, they have to have, of course, the rabies, that's mandatory, and the DHLP is mandatory. We like the Bordetella. Some vets are not liking that shot. They do a tag test, what they call, whatever the vet suggests we work with. And we also have the Giardia. There's a vaccination for that, so we watch out for that. But mainly just temper testing, and they have to have all their shots, and they have to be neutered or spayed, and then they're good to go.
How do you choose a trusting and loving staff to look after the dogs?
That's a good one. I have a lot of kids and a lot of people come in and they love dogs. They have 2 or 3. I don't know. I just know. You know, they walk in and we walk around on an interview, and then we might go into the small dog area, and I see how they interact and how the dogs interact. Somebody may love a dog, but they got their hands up, or they're turning, or they're not, you know, and the dogs know. The dogs know if you are a, you know, I've been called the dog whisperer because I can walk somewhere and they all come to me and I'm just going, oh my goodness. So, you know, I think it's in you. It's in you, I think.
If some dogs need certain medicines through the day, how do you guarantee those are administered to them?
We have them fill out paperwork first so that we know exactly what the medicine is. We have a board in our break room where the feeding is taking place. We also put on the board meds so that we know that that is. We only take dogs that have, you know, basic medicine. We don't take any dogs that are sick. We take dogs that maybe a little eye drops might be necessary, maybe a vitamin. We don't take major, because they have to be healthy. They have to be healthy just like you would if you went to a child care center. You wouldn't send your child with a bunch of medicines and hope that, you know, that might be a special needs. So we do the best we can. And we try and decide which is, you know, if it has to be a whole bunch, we think maybe they should be better well and come back because we don't want them sick here.
What would you say to a pet owner who is nervous to bring their dog to doggy daycare for the first time?
You are not alone. It's like bringing your kid. In fact, I think sometimes it's harder because your kids can talk to you and say, so-and-so did whatever. The dogs can't. So it's important for us to know when we do a temper test that the dogs came out happy and they left. They get a cookie when they leave. We call it the cookie station. But when they come in, you know, they're here. The interviewers are here, and they see other dogs come in. If you see a dog coming in that's cowing, or you got to pull it in, then we know perhaps this isn't the best place. So we need to. They can see the dogs are happy to come in, and they'll be happy. They'll be tired, and they'll love to see you, but they get to be dog. So that's a good thing.
What should pet owners bring with them and their dog when they drop them off for their first day of daycare?
Well, first off, it's mandatory to have a leash, and we have a leash area, and so that's if there's any earthquakes or anything that we need to be able to get the dogs out, we have a place that we can put them. If, heaven forbid, this building is very earthquake-proof, but if we need it. If they are under 6 months, we call it the lunch bunch, so they would bring their lunch so that we can take them out and feed them lunch. Like I said, any slight medication, like maybe eye drops or a vitamin that needs to be given at 12, we can do that. But basically, that's it. That they're here, come in, play, and leave. We have everything else they need.
How do you know when a new dog comes in if he's going to be friendly towards the other dogs that are already here?
We do a temperament test, and they come in. The staff has been well trained. I have been. My manager has been here 4 or 5 years, and so she. It's sort of like she knows just like I do. What we do is we close the area off. We have big pins and we put everybody on one side and close it off, and we bring the dog in and we see how he reacts with no dogs there and just people. And then slowly we'll introduce 1 dog or 2 dogs and see how they do. I need to see that they're going to get along with all the dogs because they're going to be here with all the dogs. They may not like it. They might be a little aggressive. They may be nervous. We can sort of tell. We can just sort of tell. If that's the case, we maybe just leave, maybe tell them when they do come the first day, be first here, so that we just have a few dogs and come in. We might tell them, you know, this isn't a mix today. We might want to try on a Saturday when we don't have as many dogs. We might want to work with a trainer. A trainer will come over and see what the problem is. Or your dog just might need to have its own training to be a little more socialized. But there are dogs, this is not for every dog. And so we hope to get them young because that's the best time. Somebody that has their dog sitting in the backyard for maybe, you know, he's about 3 and they see, oh, this would be wonderful. That's a real challenge for us. We'll work with you, but sometimes that's just not good because they're 3. They're used to being in the backyard with their own peeps. So it would be hard to be with our peeps, I think. So that's basically what we know.
Now I hope you have a pen and paper handy. Here is your Canine Corner tip of the month. If you're interested in bringing your dog in for a day at Dinah's, he or she will first have to pass the dog temperament test, and once they pass with flying colors, be sure to mention Canine Corner and your dog will get a free day at the facility. Call Dinah and schedule your dog's one-day vacation today. Thank you so much, Dinah, for that awesome Q&A. And if you missed our dog adoption segment at the beginning of the show, do not worry because here is your recap. First, we have Ramona. She is a 2-year-old Chihuahua mix. Ramona is such a sweet girl who loves going on walks. She would make the perfect companion for anyone who's looking for unconditional love. Next, we have Lila, who is a 15-week-old Pit Bull Lab mix. Lila's life got off to a tough start, but she is ready to make a family very happy. She is playful, loves kids, other dogs, and even cats. Roger is our next dog up for adoption, and he has such an amazing spirit. Roger was born with spina bifida, and despite his disability, he is the happiest dog out there. Roger is looking for that special home with a big heart to call his family. He is spunky, fun, and very eager to please. Jiggy Monkey Love Butters is also ready for her home. She is a 4-year-old Terrier Dachshund mix. On top of her cute name and good looks, she is already housebroken as well, which we all know is a huge plus. And don't forget Miss Margarita. She is under a year old, extremely cute, and is very quiet and non-barky despite her Chihuahua breed's reputation. Margarita would be great in any home. Next, we have the big love bug Walter. Walter is a 12-year-old Rhodesian Ridgeback whose favorite pastime is playing fetch. Walter is extremely loyal, loves people, other dogs, and would make the perfect companion for anyone who is looking for their best friend. And lastly, we have Burrito. She is the very cute 15-week-old Terrier mix. Burrito is ready to go home and have tons of fun with the family. She has an open heart and plays very well with others, loves people, and would enjoy snuggling with someone every night. To adopt one of these great dogs or get more information on them, please be sure to call Noah's Bark at 310-462-9943 or email them at noahsbarkdogs@yahoo.com. If you have a question, contact us and we'll be sure to get you the right answer. Call us at 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov. Now, that's all the time we have on our show today. Thank you so much for joining us on Canine Corner, the show that guarantees to keep your dog's tail wagging. I am your host, Meagan Medick, and we'll see you next time.